Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, today, Sebastian Fundora was interviewed. I believe his sister's on the undercard of the Virgil Ortiz fight, and so he was at the presser today. And they asked him a little bit about Terrence Crawford. He said that he didn't watch the fight. Apparently, most people didn't, according to the pay-per-view results and the $10 million loss, but I digress. So, when asked about Terrence Crawford, he said he would still love to get that fight, but at the moment, they already have other plans. Now, we heard from Samson Lakowitz, at least that's how you pronounce his last name. I think this was roughly 3 weeks or so ago, and he mentioned that they were going to press the WBC or the WBO to order the mandatory between Sebastian Fundora and Terrence Crawford. And if Terrence Crawford couldn't meet a specific date, they were going to move on. So that fight had just ended. I mean, the fight was just 4 or 5 days ago. And now they're saying that they already got something lined up. This is where the Terrence Crawford fans, I believe that they're right? Like, they had already had plans to do whatever it was that they were going to do. And those plans did not include Terrence Crawford, clearly, because at this point, we've heard two different things. Actually, we've heard two different things even a few weeks ago, because when Sebastian Fundora was pinged in his inbox on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and asked whether or not, the news about Errol Spence was true, he said, no, it's just that they're pushing back the date. So then Samson comes on and says, no, it's a lot of other things going on, most notably the fact that we have this mandatory with Terrence Crawford, which is fine. But those are two different statements. And now we got Sebastian Fundora saying that they already have plans laid out. They're taking a different path, and that we'll know about that very soon. So interesting stuff. I'm assuming that is Errol Spence. I think most people will assume that is Errol Spence. And that throws a bit of a wrench in the whole situation, because Terrence Crawford is going to get the opportunity to become the WBO champion if he doesn't fight now. What's interesting, though, is that Terrence Crawford is on record today. I think this is a video that dropped from Sean Zettel, or maybe it was yesterday, basically stating that his real motivation was Canelo Alvarez when asked, is he really motivated to unify 154, which tells me that he doesn't really want these fights. 154 was just a stepping stone. So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Crawford is still going to take the title. I don't know. But it's creating an interesting dynamic with Fundora versus Spence. Then you'll have Virgil, who, if he wins, could be the WBC interim. You got the IBF champion that's getting ready to face Tim Tszyu. And then you still got Mel in the wings. So just a lot going on. But it seems like the Errol Spence versus Sebastian Fundora, like that's a foregone conclusion to happen. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, the way Sebastian is talking is like he's already like, yeah, I just can't say anything until the announcement is going to be made. I mean, because if he thought he was going to fight, but you would know. I mean, if I'm fighting them, if I have an appointment coming up and they got to fight, I'm gonna watch their fight. I want to see what they look like. Especially coming to a new division, this is a perfect opportunity to see how he looks at a heavier weight against a bigger guy as well. But he said he didn't even watch it. He didn't even like he had no interest in it at all. Like Bud ain't at his weight class. And to your point, Bud saying that his main interest was Canelo, it seemed like Bud's not even really interested at 154 either himself. Looked like he was interested in getting a payday. I'm not mad at that, but let's call it what it is. You can't say you're not interested in fighting no more because Canelo was your interest and his legacy. Legacy could be undisputed at 154. And you have some good fights at 154 to increase your legacy, increase your resume. But it doesn't sound like that's what he wants to do. But you never know. Bud might change his mind later on. But seeing Fundora in that interview, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Spence because he's already locked in. It seems like for that. He just can't make the announcement just yet. So hopefully he'll be coming out with his announcement, hopefully within the next couple of weeks to see when that fight is. I know early on when they first started talking about it, they were doing all the negotiations, trying to figure out what Dallas Cowboys schedule was going to be in October. So I don't know if it's still going to be in October or November, but it'll be based off of whatever is going on at Cowboy Stadium with the Cowboys. So, but I think it's going to be Spence and Fundora coming down. Regardless of what Bud wants to do, if he wants to try to take that belt from Fundora, because Fundora's not going to defend against him, or to your point also about what if Mel comes out, hey, I want to be reactivated for that title for the WBA, for the title again. So that will be a fight for Bud then.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Fundora versus Errol fight. I think there's a lot of reasons for that fight to move forward. Should Crawford begin the fight? Absolutely. Because technically, per WBO rules, he's a super champion, should be getting an opportunity at the title. My only pushback has been, he decided to take another fight instead of waiting for Sebastian Fundora. But
he took a different route, you saying?
Yeah, but what I believe is an option that's good for all parties involved may be through Errol Spence, because if Spence does end up looking good, if he fights Sebastian Fundora, wins and looks good, that's a potential money making option for Terrence Crawford. Now I know he said that wasn't a fight that he was interested in any longer, but with the possibility of Canelo Alvarez no longer being an option, that could be another big money fight for him. It's not going to be as big as the first time it came around, but certainly that might be another option for him. So I'm super excited to see Spence get back in the ring. I'm ready for Spence to get back in the ring. I don't know if he's gotten a trainer yet. That's what's next. Nothing has been announced in terms of trainer. I mean, there hasn't even been anything leaked in terms of who might potentially be his trainer. So I just want to see the man get back in the ring. Similarly, I wanted to see Crawford back in the ring this past weekend. I want to see Errol get back in the ring. I want to see what Errol looks like after that Terrence Crawford fight. I think Errol needs to put in a little bit more than 8 weeks. I know at one point he said that it was either 8 or 10, but I think it was 8. What he said, if I can't get ready in 8 weeks, then something like that. I think he needs more time in camp because of the amount of time that he's had to take off. So, be interesting fight, and I can't wait to see Fundora versus Errol Spence. Yeah. Anything else on that?
Be a good fight, I think. Good fight. In Dallas, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell because what you bring together over there. So, but
it'll be an event. It'll be a nice event, and I think people will enjoy it. They'll probably put several, I would say, recognizable names on the undercard as well. So you guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this. Looks like Sebastian Fundora already has his plans laid out. Those plans more than likely include Errol Spence. And we'll be excited to watch that fight, and I'm pretty sure you will be as well. But let us know what you think. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.